and wind up in the same situation, which is another Super Bowl appearance.
If he beats Patrick Mahomes after knocking off Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers on the road in consecutive weeks, then I think it just might be the most amazing thing we've ever seen in sports.
That courtesy of Greeny, and when you really add it up, it's hard to argue, right? They were road warriors throughout, and as a result, the fruits of their labor gets them the first home Super Bowl. But awaiting them is, of course, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Keyshawn J. Will Zubin, presented by Progressive Insurance. All of our guests on the Goodyear Hotline. If you're a big baseball fan and wondering about the fallout from nobody going to Cooperstown, Buster Olney is going to join us here in a little over 20 minutes. But, you know, Key, it's not just Tom Brady that's facing an incredible task trying to run down another championship. LeBron, the other day, publicly said he was inspired by Tom Brady. And he's got another amazing task in front of him, because if he wants to get another NBA title, he may have to go through the Nets. So think about it. Brady trying to cut through the greatest offense we've seen with the Chiefs. LeBron, maybe in May or June, trying to run through the greatest offense we've seen in the NBA with the Nets, especially if the early returns are true on how the trifecta looks. It's another parallel between two guys that have openly been in a mutual admiration society.
It is. It's fascinating to see. But that's those guys' goals. They want to continue to dominate the sport, win championships, bring hardware home. And you know, when you look at LeBron James, I think the thing for him is he's got, in my opinion, a somewhat of a harder opportunity, a harder way to go for that opportunity. Because he's got to get out of the West, got to get past the Clippers, you know, and whatever else is in the West, to get to the East and then run into potentially the Brooklyn Nets or whoever comes out of the East. Where when you look at Tom Brady and you look at his career, throughout his career, the teams that he faced early on in the Super Bowl, some of those teams his team was dominating on defense. Then the middle of his career was all terrific time. So about 1.5 of those Super Bowls was attributed to the defense. Then all of a sudden, the 5 or 6 that he's going to get now is all time. Now at the end, well, this isn't the end, but it's the end basically, because it's the end of his career. He runs up against a Patrick Mahomes. So now that becomes hard, almost like LeBron going up against Brooklyn. Or I keep saying Brooklyn's going to come out of the East, but who knows who comes out of it. But we all, I think Jay Will would say, is probably the Brooklyn Nets. So when you look at that, they're looking at each other, or LeBron's looking at him to basically motivate him to push to get to that next level, to be at the pinnacle of what it is to be in professional sports.
And I'll give you another parallel, Key. You know, you have Tom Brady, who a lot of people, consider to be the greatest of all time, and you have Patrick Mahomes that's trying to take the torch, right? Not trying to be from the scenario where, hey, this torch is being passed. Patrick Mahomes is trying to take the torch, saying, you are the old dynasty, we are the new dynasty coming into effect. And then on the NBA side, if the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets do reach there, you have a guy like LeBron James who's trying to eclipse that great dynasty from Michael Jordan to try to be the greatest of all time, while you have Kevin Durant essentially kind of like a Patrick Mahomes in a way, saying, no, like, I want to take the torch from you, LeBron. This is the new dynasty over here in Brooklyn. It's just interesting to me, these high octane offenses that both of these guys will have to go through. And for Tom Brady, you said it before, Key, the greatest show on turf. But this might be the most high octane offense the NFL has seen in the history of the game that Tom Brady is going to do. And he's going to once again do this just like he did it the first time, based off his defense, but still having to be surgical in the process. You know,
Kansas City, they do have a great offense. There's no question about it. But those Ram teams with Torrey Holt and big play Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce and Oz Hakeem and Ricky Pro and Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk. The Kansas City Chiefs don't have a Marshall Faulk on the field. I don't give a damn what nobody say. And so when you think about that, Tom Brady beat them before, but that offense was just ridiculous, right? That offense was just crazy, changing the game, so to speak, about the way people approached it from an offensive philosophy in the National Football League. And then when you look at it for LeBron and Tom Brady. The fascinating part about it for me, though, Zubin, is that both of those guys change jerseys and they go to championships. Like I joked before, you take Tom Brady and drop him in Jacksonville, they'll be the favorite team to go to the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, I mean, the parallel is there. Look, I would just lastly say that the Bucs had the second longest playoff drought in the NFL. We all know that. Brady got there, boom. They're in the Super Bowl. The team with the longest playoff drought in the NBA is the Sacramento Kings. They haven't been in the playoffs, I'm sure Jay knows, in 14 years. If you put LeBron James, if you put the King on the Kings, they would be contending in the West. I mean, they just would.
I don't know
If you put the King, I'm with you, Zubin. You put the King.
No.
You put the King in Sacramento. All of a sudden, they'll be top 5 team in the West.
I don't know about not in sack.
Come on, man.
Not in sack. Come on, man. Stop. Not in sack.
Hey,
not in sack.
I know, but see, here's what you got to think about, though, Jay. Think about it, though, Jay. Think about this.
I'm thinking about it.
Think about the Cavs before he went back.
But that was in the East.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter. The East.
Not letting you do this.
The key was exponential. The East was exponentially worse. The West is still loaded to this day. I'm not going to say that the Sacramento Kings will be in position to win an NBA championship or get to the Western Conference Finals.
His first year in LA, prior to him being hurt, they were cooking.
Yes.
And think about that team.
I understood.
Think about that team in LA with King James, when he first went there. They were cooking until Christmas when he got hurt.
3 of the 4 years that LeBron wasn't on the Cavs, they had the number 1 pick in basketball.
Did you hear that from Evan?
If he goes to the Kings,
they're the Kings. Evan? That's all I'm saying.
What do you mean goes to the
Kings of the NBA?
What do you mean?
They are competing for an NBA title if LeBron James is on the Kings.
Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. If Kevin Durant went to the Kings, they're going to be competing for an NBA title.
So you're just saying drop LeBron on this current Kings roster, and they're going to be competing for an NBA championship, which means to me you're getting to the Western Conference Finals. That's what you guys are saying. On this current roster.
Yes.
I'm not talking about No.
Yes. I say that they would be competing for it. You drop Kevin Durant or LeBron James in there, they will be competing for an NBA title. Doesn't mean that they're going to come out of the West. It just means that they're going to be competing to get out of the West. Right now, it's not even close.
All I would pose to you is right now, at 36 years old, he's averaging career low in minutes played. If you're putting him on the Kings, he's going to have to do exponentially more, which means his minutes will have to increase, which will only ensure injury for LeBron James at this stage of his career.
More guys are going there.
And you do realize the reason...
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about with this current construction of their roster.
And you do realize, Jay, that his minutes are low because they just stopped playing basketball a month ago.
Yeah, no, Key, but actually he's playing at a career level, man. He's the MVP frontrunner right now.
You mentioned his minutes. And I'm saying to you, his minutes are low because the dude just stopped playing basketball a month ago. He just won the NBA title, took 2 weeks off, and had to get back in the gym.
Yeah.
Maybe I just can't see the Kings be a contender. Maybe that's just...
Be quiet, Jay. We got a break.
All right, go to break.
Hey, I'm just here to read the promos, but here's a suggestion. Maybe that's the poll question this morning. Can it happen?
Ooh.
Just simple. Could LeBron take the Kings to the brink? Could be easy. Could be easy.
Well,
and by the way,
can LeBron take them to the brink, and can Tom Brady take Jacksonville?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. It's an NBA topic that most people are interested in. They said it couldn't be done. We finally found one. On the way, you think all the conversation and chit-chat between Aaron Rodgers and the Packers is nasty? Wait until you hear literally what is going on between Jared Goff and the Rams. That's after Jay has this.